For many years, all was well, until a greedy man named Obiora came to the village. Obiora was not from Umuaka. He had come from a faraway village after hearing stories of the golden fish and the blessings it brought. As soon as he arrived, he became jealous of the happiness and wealth of Umuaka. He believed the fish was the reason for everything good and wanted it for himself. One night, Obiora sneaked into the village shrine. The golden fish glowed softly inside the clay pot of clear water. Obiora reached in with trembling hands and grabbed the fish. At that very moment, the fish's glow dimmed and the air grew cold. But Obiora didn't care. He wrapped the fish in a cloth and ran to the riverbank, laughing to himself. "Now the power is mine," he whispered. But as soon as he touched the water with the fish, the river began to roar. The sky darkened, the wind howled, and the water rose high, spilling over the banks. The fish wriggled and slipped from his hands, diving back into the river's depths. Obiora screamed in fear and ran back to his hut, hoping no one had seen him. The villagers woke up to the sound of thunder and the sight of the flooding river. Crops were washed away, fish disappeared, and the people cried in fear. The air smelled strange, and the once sparkling water turned dark and angry. Baba Okeke called for an emergency meeting in the village square. "The river goddess is angry," he declared. "The golden fish is gone. We must find out what happened and make things right before the village is destroyed." Everyone began to talk at once. No one knew what had happened until an old woman named Mama Ekechi spoke up. "I saw something strange last night," she said. "I saw Obiora running from the shrine with something wrapped in cloth. He was heading toward the river." All eyes turned to Obiora, who began to sweat and shake. It wasn't me," he stammered. I didn't take the fish." But the villagers didn't believe him. Baba Okeke stood tall and firm. "Obiora, the truth will come out. If you have angered the river goddess, you must help fix it." Finally, Obiora fell to his knees and confessed. "I only wanted the fish's power for myself. I didn't mean to cause harm, but when I tried to keep the fish, it escaped into the river." The villagers gasped. Baba Okeke's face was grim. "Kachi," he said, turning to the boy, "only you can speak to the goddess. You must return to the river and beg for forgiveness." Kachi didn't waste any time. He ran to the river and stood at the edge. "Great goddess Uloma, please hear me," he cried. The water began to swirl, and soon the beautiful figure of the river goddess rose from the waves. But this time, her face was sad and angry. "Kachi," she said, a voice like a storm, "my trust has been broken. The gift I gave you was misused." Kachi knelt before her. "Please, great goddess, forgive my people. A greedy man stole the fish, but our village did not know of his evil plan. We love and respect you, and we never wanted to dishonor you." Uloma looked at him for a long time, and then her face softened. "Because you are honest and kind, I will forgive your village. But the golden fish cannot stay with you anymore. I will take it back to my world, where it will be safe." Just then, the water rippled, and the golden fish leapt out of the river into the goddess's waiting hands. It glowed brighter than ever, and for a moment Kachi saw its gentle eyes looking at him. "Goodbye, little fish," Kachi whispered. Uloma held the fish close. "Your village will not suffer, Kachi. The blessings will not be as great as before, but as long as your people respect the river and remain kind and honest, you will always have peace." With a final smile, Uloma and the golden fish sank back into the water. The river calmed, the clouds parted, and the sun began to shine again. The village never forgot the lesson from the river goddess. They continued to honor River Uloma with festivals and prayers, even without the golden fish. Though the blessings were not as magical as before, The people worked hard and lived in peace and happiness. The crops grew well, the river provided enough fish, and the village remained a beautiful and joyful place. As for Obiora, the village chief banished him from Umoka. Greed has no place among us, Baba Okeki said. And Kachi? He grew up to be a wise and respected man. He always told the story of the river goddess and the golden fish so that no one would ever forget the importance of respect, honesty, and kindness. The End by Big Bima.